So this is really weird for me because I am video blogging, I guess. First of all, my name is Chloe, and I'm having the gastric sleeve surgery. As a child, I really didn't think that I was different. Like, I didn't really think that I had a weight problem. It started when I turned 12, 13, 14, those preteen to teenage years that I really was like, well, I don't look like everybody else. So that's when I kind of thought, yeah, I have a problem. There is a problem.
Most of these patients realize that the problem is not only their weight. Many of them deal with the social challenges that go along with being very heavy and overweight. Most of these patients really come to the realization that what they're doing is really designed to improve their quality of life, their health, and extend their longevity.
She understands that she's young. You know, she has a long life to live, and so I think it was important for her to put her health as a priority.
It was definitely a lot of self-awareness and just thinking about what I wanted to do with my life and the things that I want to do, that my weight would be a barrier. The information meeting that I came to, I was 18. I was so excited because I was like, I'm gonna have surgery and I'm gonna get skinny and I'm gonna be healthy. When I became an outpatient, that's when it made me realize that I'm gonna actually have to do some work to get this surgery.
The typical patient that comes to Nationwide spends anywhere from 6 to 8 months going through the analysis process. While we're learning about the patient and figuring out what unique health problems they may or may not have, the patient is also undergoing a pretty intense educational process whereby they really are learning what the challenges are of going through a bariatric operation and assuming the lifestyle of someone who's undergone this type of operation.
This is basically to see what I know. Basically, I'm wondering if I paid attention at all in my information sessions.
There has to be specific changes that they do make in order for them to be successful long term.
So I have my cup of water, boom, and then my 2 scoops of protein. You know, your nutritionist will tell you that protein is the most important thing for you to get in, and you have to do it. So, I'm doing it. Lots of protein. And shake. In the last 2 months, when I was getting more and more excited because this is happening, and my doctors were like pumping me up.
Do that again, I like that.
Oh, okay. So I've been waiting 8 months to get my before picture taken. You know, it's those kind of moments when it's like, yeah, I do want to do this. Like, people do care. I'm a little nervous, but you know, I am more excited.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as always, by the next time this happens, surgery will be over. Yeah. So that's really exciting. Today is the day. It is 1:05 in the morning of my surgery. I am all set and ready. I have about 7 hours until I go under the knife. So that's exciting. I think I was more nervous about what was going to happen after surgery, like how my body was going to change and how people were going to treat me. Is the way I look really going to affect how I am as a person?
And then once your sleep, we'll get another one.
Chloe is getting a what's called a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, and that operation involves removing about 80% of the stomach and turning the stomach into a tube or a sleeve. How's it going? Yeah, you guys ready?
I'm ready. I've been ready for this to just to be over for I have been in anticipation for this for a while.
The way this works is, and since we're using the robot today, you have to compensate for time. So the actual time in the operating room is roughly about 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours. The actual operation is about half that time. I'll see you shortly.
Right. I'll see you too.
I'll see you too. All right, bye guys.
Ooh, that's better. All right, power, right?
She looks great. She looks really enthusiastic.
I have my mom. She's my main supporter. She's one who's been helping me through this whole process. She's always there for me. She says she wasn't nervous, but I could tell that she was nervous.
Patients definitely have a choice in terms of whether or not they want to undergo a bariatric operation with or without the assistance of the robot. And so far, most families have been very accepting and interested in using that kind of technology. The big difference is that instead of a surgeon holding the instruments, the robot is holding the instruments and the surgeon is controlling the robot from a separate computer console. It allows the surgeon a little better visualization in the operating room, so it makes the surgery a little bit easier from the standpoint of the surgical team. And I think also the patients themselves probably benefit from a little bit less discomfort post-operatively.
For Chloe especially, it's just getting a fine balance of you are going to eventually have a much better and healthier life because of this change. These kids see weight come off, and initially a lot of their weight's going to come off because of surgery. There will come a point in time that that weight loss slows down and stops, and surgery is just a tool. You know, it has to work in conjunction with diet and activity changes, and if we don't use that tool, we can easily go back to our old lifestyle and regain a lot of our weight.
So this is the first time she's had a major surgery, so it's something that's going to affect her whole life. I think she could be a great role model for a lot of people.
I thought it was going to be a cakewalk going through surgery. I didn't think that was a really big surgery. It was like, all I'm having is like a portion of my stomach taken out. How big of a deal is that? It was rough. A lot harder than I thought it would be.
Okay, well this is Chloe's first video since having the surgery. And I told her it was important that everybody know what they're getting into. So how are you feeling right now?
But when I'm like dozing off and everything, I just try to remember that
This too shall pass.
And this will seem like nothing in a couple of months. And it was all worth it. And that I would do it all again if I had to.
I was in the inpatient for 3 days. 3 days, yeah. I was kind of nervous. I was like, what's going to happen when I go home and I feel something that I didn't feel in the hospital?
You know, following surgery, they do have a 2 to 3 month lull in working towards progressing back towards regular foods.
Those 4 weeks were brutal.
And I don't like it. I don't like that I can't eat what I want when I want to. And I'm having all these bad for you cravings. Like, I want fried chicken. Why? Why is this whole process really hard?
Chloe will be the first to tell you she was ready to kill me about by week 2 to 3, that she wanted food and she couldn't have food yet, and I just said we have to take our time. We want to start adding foods back into our diet, but we also understand that her stomach still needs to rest a little bit. You know, it's just gone through a major operation, and so right now in her journey it's just a lot of making sure we're eating the right amounts of foods. The other big part of my piece is making sure she's meeting all of her nutritional needs.
It has been 2 weeks and 2 days since my surgery. Physically, I am doing a lot better. My incisions are healing up a lot better. I started school, so that's really exciting. I'm finally on a schedule, a good schedule, that like I don't have to worry about what I'm going to do at school because I already have a plan, already have a schedule. Every day before I go to school, I will prepare my snacks. I will like drink my protein shake either in the morning or on my way there. And my teachers are awesome. They totally get it. I can whip out whatever I want and it's okay.
What we've seen time and time again after performing these types of operations is that once a patient has lost a significant amount of weight, it's really a game changer, and it really opens up a whole new world for them.
I think that this is something that shouldn't be taken lightly, that you should be serious about it, but I think that this is where like your life will change for the better.
I have been walking a lot more. I've been taking my dog on lots of walks, and I've been trying to get at least 2 miles in. I just have to remember there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm finally seeing that light. There are things that I always thought that I wanted to do that I never thought that I could do because of my weight, like horseback riding and hiking, just thinking about the future and seeing the progress that I've made now and the progress that will come is like, I will ride a horse one day. And that's so exciting. I feel very happy that I decided to have surgery. I think that I'll be able to do things that I never thought I would be able to do.